What is going on, you guys? Welcome to Hollyscoop's Moments. I'm Gabrielle Valentin.
And I am Courtney Revolution.
So, Courtney, hello. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Hi, I just wanted to take this time to properly introduce myself to everyone. I'm Gabrielle. You guys can call me Gabby. Some of you may have seen me on Hollyscoop Celeb News Bites over the past couple of weeks, but I am joining Courtney this morning. Happy weekend. I'm so happy.
Happy weekend, Gabby. I'm so excited. You have been crushing these celebrity bites, so I'm very excited to take a bite out of some of this mess during these moments of the week.
Yes, I love that. And there are definitely some messes that we are going to be chatting about. So let's jump right into it. I can't wait to hear what you think about all of this. I know you have your opinion.
Oh yes, girl. You know I don't play with that. I'm gonna give it to you hot and ready like Little Caesars.
I love it. Okay, so there was a lot of tea that went down this week, obviously, and of course we have our weekly dose of Scott and Courtney, of course, plus a few Sofia updates, and then we do have to discuss this Kylie billionaire status drama, which that's a whole other thing. I mean, a lot to say. And then, of course, there are a few other stories that we did not have time to discuss, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But let's get right into it. Courtney and Scott drama, surprise, surprise, we're talking about their relationship. So basically, Scott and Courtney, their kids, they want to see them back together, which would make sense. I would think. A source exclusively told Life and Style that Scott and Courtney's kids would love to see their parents get back together after Scott split from Sofia. They recently went to Nobu's official reopening this past week. They went as a family with the kids, and Courtney supposedly, wanted to bring some sense of normalcy back into Scott's life since the quarantine, since his little rehab day. So she organized it, invited friends. She's being very supportive. They spent Scott's birthday together in Utah, as we know, a few weeks ago. And people are speculating and hoping that they'll reconcile. But then another insider did say they're not getting back together. What do you, Courtney? Has the ship said what's going on? We're always talking about this. Like, this is what's.
This ship has sailed and it's about to be sunk. I feel like Courtney is around Scott right now just because he is the father of their children. Of course, you're going to want your children to have their parents around as long as possible. We know that Scott is going through something right now with substance abuse, so it makes sense that Courtney would want to be there for her children's father, but I don't see them getting back together romantically. I don't think that's a good idea. You think that's a good idea?
I do not think it's a good idea, but I do feel that whether they keep coming out and saying, no, they're not going to get back together, people are always going to hope or speculate that they are. And I don't get that.
Yes,
I just feel like they're done. That's it.
I feel like it's not the best situation for the kids, Gabby. You know what I mean? I don't think that if you have the option of putting Scott in a rehab facility for the good, I think that you should do that instead of having him struggle potentially around the kids. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I totally agree with you. And then just to bring up little Sofia update here. A source also said that they don't plan on getting back together. So his previous ladies don't see a future with him. So I don't know why this is still news. They broke up, and Sofia's a source said that she is okay with them being apart. Like, she's good on her own.
I'm glad that Sofia is taking a moment for herself, but I can't help but feel like the Kardashians are putting these sort of stories out to sort of drive a wedge even further away from Sofia. So like, if Scott hasn't spoken to Sofia in like a day or two, and all of a sudden he opens up a tabloid, all of these reports saying Sofia's fine. I think even at one point, Gabby, we had a report that was like, Sofia is soaring after her split with Scott, and it had been like 5 minutes. So, I mean, right. I see them getting back together. I do. I really do.
You do? Oh, that's very interesting. Well, I didn't even realize they were together together for 3 years. I cannot believe it was that long.
It's been a minute, Gabby.
Yeah. So
you can't just throw that away.
That is very, very true. Very true. Okay, and then just to move right along, right on to Kylie and this, billionaire status drama. So quick little recap. As you guys know, earlier this month, Forbes called their initial assessment of Kylie's net worth into question. They then revoked that billionaire status and implied that Kylie and her team may have exaggerated this and all of her success for years. She shut down this speculation on Twitter immediately, calling them, quote, inaccurate and unproven assumptions. And then people were saying her tax returns were forged. And she said in her tweet, quote, so you just thought they were forged? Like, actually, what am I reading? So she really just does not know what she's reading. She clearly thinks that this is false. She thinks that she is innocent. I mean, what are your thoughts? Is this a total rumor? I mean, obviously, this is all speculation.
I feel like Gabby, was Kylie the one handing them tax documents? Because if she was not, she can't really be like, false documents? That's not true, because if she has someone that's giving paperwork on her behalf, they could have been forging the documents for her.
Right.
So I kind of wonder, Forbes, you're supposed to be reputable. So did you do your job? And also, Kylie, did someone honestly give them forged paperwork and you just don't know?
That is very true. That definitely things to look into. I do think people are jumping to conclusions. Tabloids are reporting this and saying she could potentially face up to 5 years in prison for securities and investment fraud. I mean, that's crazy.
Serious.
You know what, Courtney? I really just don't get why people are so intrigued by this billionaire or not billionaire status in the first place. It doesn't make sense. Why is that so important?
Either way, she richer than us, Gabby. So.
Right. So true. So true. So as people are just so wrapped up in that. But anyway, yes. I wanted to. So those were the moments. Obviously, talking about the Kardashians, but I wanted to discuss some important changes that are being made in our country and just the fight for racial justice in general. And there have been a lot of celebrities using their platforms for good over these past couple of weeks, lending their social media accounts to Black leaders and organizations. And some of the biggest names in music wrote an open letter to New York legislators, which we'll chat about in a second. But we still have such a long way to go. But I feel that people are definitely speaking up, speaking out, educating, learning, donating, and just having these really important conversations. So I wanted to chat with you about these celebs that are doing their part and using their large platforms to positively influence their followers and fan base. Because that's what they're supposed to do. In the best way, that's what comes along with being a celebrity. You want to positively influence others.
Yeah, you have to raise that awareness, and it always starts at home.
100%. Yes, definitely. So just to start with Selena, she was one of the first celebs this past week to give a voice to Black leaders and organizations through her Instagram, which I thought was wonderful. I mean, I learned so much. Amazing. And then Lady Gaga, Shawn Mendes, and Lizzo, they followed along. They did the same thing. A lot of other celebrities are doing that. And then voting, Selena also encouraged fans last week to register to vote by saying that she would DM any fan who sent her a screenshot showing that they're registered. Still don't know how that's gonna work, but I think that's great. Encouraging.
It's like roll the dice, and you could get a DM from Selena maybe if she checks her other folder.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God. But no, voting is so important if we want to make a change. And Taylor Swift also discussed the importance of voting this week and the need for in-mail voting for the 2020 election, which I thought was a great point to bring up. Yeah.
We need that. Because I ain't showing up to the voting polls. I need something I can mail in, because y'all not going to catch me in COVID, girl. I got a mask on.
So true. It's so true. And then, with the music industry, I brought this up quickly a minute ago, but Ariana Grande, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Billie Eilish, and the Joe Bros are just some of the artists who signed an open letter asking New York legislators to repeal a section of the New York State civil rights law. And this section had to do with keeping police personnel files private and undisclosed to the general public. So another really important thing to sign and to say, no, that should not be kept confidential.
Yeah, we need all the facts. We need all the facts and receipts. So reveal it all and let it be available to the public so we could do our little research and get our magnifying glasses quaking and all of that.
So true, exactly. And then also another, one of the biggest names in country music, Lady Antebellum. This just happened. They changed their name to Lady A. And they said in a statement on their Instagram, they said, quote, "We are so regretful and embarrassed to say that we did not take into account the associations that weigh down this word, referencing the period of history before the Civil War, which includes slavery." That was another thing I learned this week. And also the fact that they changed their name. I mean, that's huge. That's a huge change, a huge positive change that is being made. What are your thoughts?
It's a positive change, Gabby, but for me, it's a change that comes a little bit too late. The reason why is because Lady Antebellum has been out for years and years and years, and I'm sure that someone on their team has told them at some point or another what that word means, and the fact that they were very complicit and they still wanted to make money using that name up until the untimely murder of a Black man is like a little bit garbage juice to me. I don't have to support it, and I'm not going to support it or them, but I do not fault anyone that chooses to continue to get down to the box.
No, and that's, by the way, you can make a great point, because a lot of that is happening right now. That's separate, I guess, celebs using their platform to do good. But yeah, a lot of these changes are being made, and I agree with you. I think it's a little too late. It's like, well, why didn't this happen before? We all knew this was going on before. So I agree with you on that one. And then, I don't know. I always say that, celebs, they have this certain responsibility to use their voice to inspire and educate. Yes. And especially if a celebrity has a young base, like Selena Taylor, think about it. These kids are reading about this and learning. And I think that's so important.
Yes, girl, hopefully we can get more education from the celebs, and hopefully they continue to raise awareness so that we can keep our minds strong and ahead of the curve.
I love that. Strong and ahead of the curve. Oh, I love that. You're so right. Courtney, this was great. You guys, I want to hear, what was your reaction to the Courtney and Scott updates? Also, thoughts on Sofia in all of this. What do you guys think about this Kylie Forbes drama? And then finally, how do you guys feel about the other headlines we discussed? Celebs doing their part in this racial justice movement, everything that Courtney and I just spoke about. Let it all out down below. And be sure to check out The Morning Tea with Courtney and Alex every weekday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You get to see Courtney's handsome face every morning and big smile. And as always, be sure to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Hollyscoop channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me, Courtney.
Of course. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.